Transmission Company of Nigeria restores nationwide power supply after grid disturbance. Federal government declares planned protest by Nigerian Labour Congress in solidarity with ASUU as unlawful. Ray of hope in the education sector with the inauguration of Imodoye Writers Enclave. Plus, updates from the world of entertainment and sports. This is the Nigeria Television Authority NTA ILORIN NewsTonight. Good evening and welcome. I am Peace Oloriyomi. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, says nationwide power supply has been restored following grid disturbance that occurred on Wednesday, 20th of July 2022. A statement by the TCN explains that the incident was as a result of sudden drop in system frequency, which created system instability. Also, a tripping of a unit with a load of 106 megawatts in one of the generating stations due to exhaust over temperature, which pulled out other grid-connected units in the plant, resulted in loss of 457 megawatts and culminated in the collapse of the national grid. TCN says it is committed to leveraging the concerted interventions to enhance power supply reliability so that the issue of system collapse will be a thing of the past. Meanwhile, following restructuring of some electricity distribution companies to avoid insolvency, the conversation continues among industry players in the power sector for a holistic master plan to reform the sector. At a dialogue over addressing challenges in the Nigeria electricity supply industry, federal government and players in the sector identify liquidity crisis as one of the major challenges in the post-privatization era of the sector. While describing federal government interventions as timely, industry players say the conversation also recommends the elimination of quackery in the sector for efficiency. The federal government has declared as unlawful the street protest planned by the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) in solidarity with the striking members of the university-based unions, saying that it can cause anarchy in the country. The Congress has announced that it will embark on a nationwide protest on July 26 and 27 to press on the need to resolve the over 5-month-old strike, especially by ASUU. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, who briefed correspondents after the Federal Executive Council meeting at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, on Wednesday, said since the LNC has no dispute with the government, its planned street protest is illegal. A ray of hope has come to Ilorin with the inauguration of a writers' residency named Imodoye Writers Enclave. It is aimed at nurturing young and prolific writers in an enabling serene atmosphere to enhance creativity and reawaken the art of writing in the society. Olajide Bello, who captures the historic moment, reports that this is the first of its kind in Kwara State.
The first residency in Nigeria is Ebedi in Iseyin, Oyo State, debuting the literary abode in 2012, followed by Uniport residency in 2014. Professor J.P. Clark in Delta in 2014, Professor Femi Oshofison in Ibadan 2015, Professor Wale Soyinka's residency in Abeokuta in 2015, Virgin Rose residency Lagos in 2016, and the new kid on the block, Imodoye residency in the heart of the State of Harmony, Ilorin, the Kwara State capital. The multi-million naira edifice with acoustics in a serene environment devoid of noise and distractions is a neutral home away from home, avenue for budding and published writers to harness and progress on their ongoing creative works for a possible outcome.
Imodoye Writers Enclave, from the name, it signifies knowledge, wisdom, and we can find all these in creativity. And Imodoye centers on creativity, how to promote, preserve, retain, obtain creativity in its full potentials.
So I think having this kind of residency program is taking that responsibility of the government that is supposed to do it, to actually help growing writers, to discover themselves and to have an environment where they can work without hindrance and come out with qualitative work.
Imodoye's Writers Enclave can house 4 writers per session comfortably, with a crop of thoroughbred writers and publishers of repute with vast experience waiting to be tapped. Meet Olalere Fagbola, one of the pioneer residents at Imodoye Writers Enclave, all the way from Osun State, a veteran journalist who ventured into full-time authorship in the year 2000 with many publications and journals to his credit. he has just got another inspiration for his ongoing work, and swiftly he puts pen to paper. Also meet Michael Chukudi from Ebonyi, Mohammed Attair from Niger State, and Hanifa Abdurrahman from Kogi State, all pioneer residents of Imodoye.
Imodoye is a legacy which prosperity will never be able to squander. Look at the salubrious environment, the reader-enabling environment, reader-friendly environment. But I want to tell you, this culture that the proprietor, Dr. Akambi, has brought to Nigeria, first in northern Nigeria, is a legacy worth supporting.
I believe that Imodoye being starting up now will bring out the greatness in residencies too, and I believe it will grow to be immortal.
Coming to Imodoye is a great privilege. As an upcoming author, it will help me push me out to the world. People out there will know who I am.
It's a serene environment, and I think that's what a writer needs to be inspired.
For the brains behind Imodoye Usman Akobi, coming from a scholarly background, one wouldn't overrule his passion for writing despite being an agriculturist.
And since then, I started working through them another on personal note until I now discovered that I was presenting my work. My work came first round of Professor Akachi Ezegbo, the chairman of LNG Prize in Nigeria today. She's the professor of English literature. So if I could have that first round of award, it means that I have it in me.
The question that comes to mind is that why would he invest so much on grooming in writing that no longer attracts respect and economic value in Nigeria?
So from now, my intent is that, like the novel that was in The Beautiful Ones Are Not Yet Born, mine is just, I'm on a passing phase. What is there is that how many people can I also use this opportunity to bring up who ordinarily would have perished if they do not get support. That's what I'm doing now.
How will Imodoye stand the test of time without going into oblivion, as it is not a money-making venture?
And we have assurances like Ebedi and some other international residency. Usually there are individuals, organizations that used to give them grants. So they say after 2 or 3 years, we might be eligible to such grants.
Imodoye Writers Residency is born out of the desire to reflect and promote an enabling atmosphere to enhance creativity in writing for today's generation and generations yet unborn. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
We'll go on a short break now. Please stay with us.
Now too much berekete. Plus is here. Existing Glow customers will get 400% bonus on every recharge and 100 MB data bonus on first recharge of the month. New Glow customers will get 1,000 Naira welcome bonus. To activate, buy a new Glow SIM today or dial *777# for existing Glow customers.
Welcome back. This is the Nigeria Television Authority NTA ILORIN News Tonight. Many thanks for staying with us. Bakers in Kwara State will not take part in the 4 days warning strike announced by Premium Bread Makers Association, the umbrella body for the bakers in Nigeria. Kende Omolosho brings us the reports.
Master bakers in the country have commenced the 4-day nationwide warning strike beginning this Thursday. Some of the demands leading to the strike are incessant increase in price of baking materials, reduction of 15% wheat development levy on wheat import, downward review of renewal of certificates, and giving members access to grants and soft loans given by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Chairman Master Bakers in the state, Abdulfatai Alaba, gave reasons for not joining the strike and why cassava flour is not his option for bread making.
Our members of Kwara State, of Master Baker and Kwara State here, they no agree to go strike. That price is due on 2 months by this time. The market is not going at all.
The one that I'm selling at rate of 500 naira, if I produce it 500 naira with the quantity that I'm cutting to the pan, at the end of the day, there's not any gain. I try to use the cassava, but the result that the bread giving out is not good enough.
To Shegun Ayontoye, bread is one of the staple grab-and-go food available for the rich and poor.
I don't really see any alternative here. If I should say yam, I do love yam too, but you know, yam is seasonal. You do come and go.
They sell for us 450, we sell 500 naira. As a 500 naira now, people they cry. They think it costs.
The appeal by all is for the federal government to intervene for a downward review in the cost of production of bread. Kehinde Omolosho, NTA News.
Moving on to entertainment, Nigerian music star Tems has been credited as a songwriter on Beyonce's upcoming 2022 album titled Renaissance. Rachel Olaiton has details of these as well as others from the world of entertainment.
The track list of Beyonce's Renaissance was recently posted on social media, and Tems was credited as one of the songwriters on track 10, titled Move, under her full name Temilade Openiyi. In another development, Afrobeat star Fields have released the teaser for an upcoming single titled Electricity. The music star, taking to his Twitter page alongside a video, revealed that Afrobeat megastar Davido would feature in the song. Meanwhile, Ada Ahmed's hubby on the Johnson's TV series, Charles Inoji, mourns a painful death. The actor could only explain how deeply hurt he is in the post as he bade his late colleague good night. Rachel Olaiton, NTA News.
And on sports, Nottingham Forest are exploring a deal to sign Nigerian and Watford once-away striker Emmanuel Dennis. Details of these and more on Sport Tidbits. In a bid to strengthen their midfield and attack, are exploring a deal to sign in Watford striker Emmanuel Dennis to the club. Dennis, who scored 10 Premier League goals for Watford despite the relegation last season, is seen as a cheaper option to the club's primary target, Jesse Lingard, who is demanding £180,000 a week wage. Forest manager Steve Cooper admires his pace and versatility, which he believes suits what Forest wants in their front line. Also, Manchester City summer signing Calvin Phillips has insisted that he never had intention to join Manchester United because of his loyalty to Leeds United. The player maintained his position to join the club after completing a £45 million move last week. Super Falcons coach Randy Waldrum has been dropped from the final shortlist of 3 nominees for the Confederation of Africa's Football's Coach of the Year award. Waldrum, who helped the team qualify for the 2023 Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, was overlooked for all the nominees from South Africa, Zambia, Morocco and Mamelodi Sundowns. Now let's take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow, Friday, 22nd July 2022. Weather forecast concludes our package for news tonight. Many thanks for watching. Do have a wonderful evening.